So this is weird and fun at the same time. I've been working at Fasching and at Stockholm Jazz Festival since 2012 within communications and marketing. And today I'm going to tell you a bit about Stockholm Jazz Festival and how we did last year. First, I want to tell you how the festival is built, and it's in two parts, where we have 3 main venues where we do all the programming and we take all the economic risks. Then also we have 18 satellite venues, which are venues in and around town that we collaborate with. They do their own programming, and then it's all merged together and marketed as one big happy Stockholm Jazz Festival. It is the team from Fasching, Jazz Club Fasching here in Stockholm, that stands behind the festival. You maybe have met Magnus Palmqvist, my colleague, who makes all the programming for the festival and for Fasching. Anyway, this autumn we had 108 concerts during the festival week, and we had about 15,000 visitors. We also produce this magazine that we're very proud of. We call it our Jazz Manifesto, secretly, and this is distributed all over Sweden in 450,000 copies. And I brought a few if anyone wants to take a look. Before I started at Fasching and Stockholm Jazz Festival, I worked at Södra Teatern, where we work with equality issues and issues of openness on a day-to-day basis. And when I started my work at Stockholm Jazz Festival, it was very clear to me that they had been working with these issues for many years. I think that we are starting to see some results of this work, at least starting to see. And for the factors that have made this happen, I think these are what have made us successful. Making sure that the whole organization is part of the diversity plan, understands it and why it's important. Also, that we're working towards a gender balance on stage, but also within the organization. And to make changes, you need to want change. And we think that the easiest way to make people want change is for them to see why it's beneficial to them. So we take every opportunity we can to tell people how it's economically and every way positive to have a balanced music on stage. We point out how a less male-dominated program can help us make more money and have bigger crowds and have more fun, of course. Also, we think that a norm-criticizing and open workplace is good for creativity, and that we find different solutions than we would have if we had been more like this. When it comes to our equality work, the crucial part is, of course, to actually book more women to our stages. Without that, we won't succeed, and Magnus is doing a very good job with researching and finding fantastic female musicians. But after the booking is done, we get to promotion and marketing, and that is where I don't really have to be this close to the mic, do I? I'm an old singer, so this is like an occupational hazard thing going on, licking the mic. Okay, I'm gonna step away now. Sorry, guys. Anyway, promotion and marketing, which is my field. I think it's important that we try to change the norm and set a new standard. And I think that we do this most efficiently by not ever speaking about female musicians as special happenings or wow, a female drummer or anything like that. We don't present our artists like that at all. But with that said, we do, of course, as often as we can, highlight the women that we do have on stage. We front them, we choose pictures of them over pictures of men, and we try to do as much as we can to make our program seem, at least, as balanced as possible. We do what we can. Also, I think that not only do we highlight and promote our female musicians, we also try to be very careful with the image that we put out there. We take a lot of care in choosing pictures that we think show female musicians as they are, like strong and creative and show artistry, rather than being jewelry in the music industry. I think it's important, very important, to choose pictures that show a musician and not a perfume ad. I'm going to show you an example. This is from a press kit that I got. It's a great picture if you work at Vogue or something like that. Nothing in this says that she's a skilled musician in any way, I think. This is the same artist. She's very pretty. Now it starts to get a little bit better. She's dressed. It's okay. Now it's actually starting to get quite good, I think. This shows strength and creativity and some kind of, good feeling. And now we can actually see what she does. If you imagine these pictures with a man on them, it would be absurd, I think, at least the first two. We actually ended up using this one, and this one, because we needed 3. Also, I want to say that I think it's important for us who work in promotion and communication to ask for pictures that portray female artists like we want them to be portrayed, just as much as I ask them to have pictures of male musicians that are not hugging their saxophone. I'm good. An organization called Jämställd Festival, which means something like Festival Equality Analysis, something like that. They did a review out of 25 of Swedish music festivals in 2013. And what they found was that 19% were female-dominated music acts. I want to say, though, that Jämställd Festival has a pretty funny way of counting, I think. They would count a solo artist, a female solo artist, as one female-dominated music act, even if she had 10 men in her backup band. But that's one. And if it's a band, they would count, if it's more than 50% female, it's a female-dominated act. So there it's kind of logic. Stockholm Jazz Festival did a little bit better than 19% this autumn. Out of our 108 concerts, 40 were female-dominated, which is 37%. But if we count only on the 3 main stages where we do our own programming and are in total control, and also, as I said, take the economic risks, 56% were female-dominated. So, in conclusion, I think it's safe to say that gender balance is good for business. I also wanted to say that Kulturnyheterna on Swedish national television called us the most diverse music festival in Sweden. I don't know if it's true, but what is true is that we also managed to sell a lot of tickets and stay within budget. So, which not many music festivals do nowadays, actually. So we're very happy with the result. Also, now we look forward to try to continue to work to make this even better and to open our stage for many different things. And I truly believe that there are only positive things to come out of a more open and diverse and curious music industry. And I'm done. If anyone has any questions. Yes. Yeah, we count it in the same way, although we think it's dumb. We count it in the same way because that's the way that people count. Yeah.